Goblin House Studios.
Welcome to our actual play tabletop podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 15 of our actual play tabletop podcast. I'm Shrimpstop, and I play Matt.
I'm Jojo, and I play Neat.
I'm Bianca, and I play Leilathia.
I'm Spookjam, and I play Galliot Delaric.
Hey everyone, I'm Cody, and I play Thornton Stronghollow.
And I'm Adam. I'm our game master. Well, our last episode, the players defeated a terrible foe in the cemetery, and after having done so, their characters got enough experience points to level up. So, y'all are all level 2 now. What does that mean for your character?
Alright, so for Shrimp Stomp, he is now multi-classing. He is a level 1 fighter as well as a level 1 warlock. He has gained some spells as well as more hit points. He now has the spell Umira's Protection, which gives him 5 temporary hit points, and if creature hits him, they take 5 radiant damage. This is the spell that he was gifted in the graveyard. He has also acquired Umira's Disappointment, which is a reaction. If anyone attacks him, he can instantly point his finger at them, surround them with pink light, and they take radiant damage. He's also learned 2 cantrips, Prestidigitation, and Friends.
So Shrimp Stomp multi-classed to warlock, and this goddess is his patron. Why did you go that direction?
Well, I felt that as Umira is the goddess of love and is definitely against fighting as a whole, I felt like the warlock was much more fitting for her to gift to Shrimp Stomp than any other class, simply because as a paladin you basically swear an oath to a deity, whereas with a warlock you're being gifted these abilities from a god or goddess, and I felt like storyline-wise that was much more fitting for Umira and Shrimp Stomp's relationship.
Neat, she got a new cantrip called Chilled Touch, but I'm calling it Crystal Touch. She also received 2 other spells, features. One I'm calling Mushroom Action, and the other is Shape of the Raven. She received 4 extra hit points. So really nothing. Fun things for me, but nothing really.
So you can shapeshift into a raven now.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Leilathia got an additional spell, the Hunter's Mark, and also summoned extra points towards my longbow. And because I'm a South Moon elf, I still have my good berry.
That's right. South Moon elves, from a very young age, have a special ability in that they can cast the Goodberry spell, even at first level, but they must choose that when they hit second level as one of their 2.
Galliot now has Featherfall, as well as Jack of All Trades and Song of Rest. We're also now at 20 HP, so we're not going to die as easy.
He's stout now. And Featherfall would help a sailor if he was up in the crow's nest or up in the rigging and fell off during a storm. That's smart.
Just get good at falling, dude.
You good.
Well, Thornton, he's gotten an an extra spell slot, bringing it up to 3 level 1 spell slots. And he now has access to Channel Divinity. He can turn undead, or alternatively, use his Channel Divinity to cast Artisan's Blessing, which allows him to forge any non-magical item that includes some kind of metal.
Oh, nice. Magical smithing. So our party is a little more potent now for whatever challenges lie ahead. Well, in the last episode, the party faced a mutant, hideous, spectral creature that was hovering over Delsinora's grave. After a very frustrating battle, they defeated this creature. And after they did, Lynx saw that all around his neck were symbols seared into it, as if this man, maybe he was once a man, had one of these collars around his neck at one point. So just to be sure, she went and cut all of that skin off to keep that, just in case they need it later. Maybe compare the symbols, who knows, prove what happened. Then the party had reason to believe that something was in Delsinora's grave that needed to get out of that cemetery, and thus they dug her up, and it appeared that Delsinora was there and not fully dead, but in a bad state. They pulled her up out of the grave. They Thoradin gifted her a spare set of clothing. I have no idea how well or good that fits her, but she has something. And she suggested that we go right away to the nearby Barthold estate, thinking that her master could just sort all of this out. Right before they left, Wiolda, the nature goddess that watched over the cemetery, gifted something to Nynx. She now has the wedding ring of one of the Barthold ancestors, Viviana Barthold. The most important part of Viviana Barthold's wedding ring, the center of it is a big, fat, expensive pearl. Though it also has 6 other gems around it that might be worth it. Nynx got the impression from Wiolda that the ancestor, instead of grave robbing, that ancestor bequeathed that to the thing. And so you make your way towards the Barthold estate, which is only a couple blocks from me, and the Shrimp Stomp is helping Delsinora walk. And Nynx, you said you made a rock cane for her to lean on. What does that look like?
Kind of like a petrified stone or petrified rock that's been polished. Not rock, wood, sorry. And like a walking stick type.
Cool, okay. Well, it doesn't take long to come to the Barthold estate. It is a building with 2 several-story sections, in the middle of which is a courtyard, and above the wall are all these branches from trees and exotic. Every window has a little window box out in front of it with flowers open. There's a big main gate with a wooden door, and above it is a shield, the crest of the Bartholds, which has a key on it and then an emblem that really looks like that tree from the cemetery.
We should use the servants' entrance on the side.
Go off to the side. Right now a mist is starting to form and it's starting to smell like rain. You sneak around the side and there's a wrought iron gate, and it has a strange little mechanism on it. And Delsinora fiddles with it for a moment. It seems to be like a puzzle, and it pops open.
Clever.
Must be only the Bartholds and their servants know how the exact way to open this gate. You enter a much smaller courtyard with an awning over it, and there's a much smaller, less ornate door. Delsinora knocks. After a moment, it opens, and a young lady in kind of not poor clothing, but a servant's clothing, opens the door and looks out at all of you with shock. She opens the door a little wider. You see that behind her, sitting in a chair, is a guard wearing blue and yellow. And he turns to see you two, your whole group, and he kind of grabs his weapon and looks more at it. It's frustrating.
Well, here we go.
Delsinora, is that you? Oh my! Isatoa, you look horrible. What is happening?
I don't see Bartle right away.
Oh, the master's missing. When he went off to find you and Alessandra, he never came back. The servant turns her head to the side and shouts into the building for Jerome, whoever that is.
Oh, he's not good.
Oh, no. We needed to find that guy here. She needs his help.
Do you know where the last place he was seen?
All I know is that he went outside the city looking for Del Sonora and Alessandra to warn them that the men might be after them because he had seen some himself. He never came back. Del Sonora, we buried you. I don't understand.
We saved her.
She wasn't.
Yeah, we dug her up.
She was buried alive.
Yes.
She looks at Del Sonora, who's missing all the skin under his neck to her collarbone.
She had
Looks pretty dead.
she had faint light in her eyes. Nobody could see.
Well, that's a nightmare. I can't believe we did that. And when they brought her body to us, she looks at at Del Sonora's neck and just turns even paler. Heavy footsteps come by. It's starting to rain at this point, but y'all are protected by the awning. A burly man with his long hair parted down the middle and a thin beard, wearing nicer servant clothes. He pops his head out, sees all of you, looks at Del Sonora a little closely. The servant girl tries to, let's invite him in, she tries to say. He says, no. I must get Lady Barthold. Wait here. She must see this.
It's what we've been doing.
He nods to the guard to be alert, make sure they don't come inside. He leaves for Del Sonora kind of looks at you awkwardly. She didn't really expect this. The servant girl goes and gets her a cloak, puts it around her with a hood. I did not expect the rumors were all true. It's
Well,
kidnapping wizard. That's why I was trying to lay low outside the city.
what about your other friend? We did not find her.
She is a druid, another apprentice of Bartle.
I like to take a big gulp because I'm like, okay.
The servant girl pipes up as well. Redborn is missing too. He's gone too.
Who?
Bartle. Disgusting.
It seems, it's not less wizards and more, acquaintances of your friend Bartle.
The past 2 months.
That's kind of weird because even the barkeep's friend is missing.
I didn't think he was a wizard.
But if Bartold's friend is also missing,
Bartold is an important wizard, so he would know a lot of wizards. It's not necessarily. But after a moment, that butler appears, and in his wake is a woman. Very dark skin, long straight hair parted down the middle, way down her back, wearing a fur-lined mantle with a blue cloak. And she comes up, looks out at y'all, looks at Del Sonora, and covers her mouth with her sleeve. Also, she sees a goblin. What is this? This will not do. Del Sonora, this is your fault. He went to warn you, and now he is gone. We buried you. You're going to bring whatever took my husband away. You're going to bring him here. You need to leave. Get out of here. I won't endanger the rest of my house. Whatever is following my husband, it won't come here. I won't allow it.
do you know what happened to be following your husband?
Rumors of men in black. You should watch your own back. Get out of here.
What if they're already on their way and you need our help anyways?
She snaps her finger and turns and leaves. And the guard comes up.
Gordon, kick her butt.
You heard her. You heard her out for the property.
Well, let's go.
Before we leave, guard sir, do you happen to know where, like, rifle through my pack, and I get the piece of the collar, where the other piece, like this, wound up?
I don't know nothing about that, lady. I don't know nothing.
Because one of your guards took it when they took her.
Wait, what do you mean, lady?
I give you a thumbs up.
Wait. I'm confused now.
She has the sloth around her
Neck.
so
She
it
has
looks
a
like
beard.
a beard.
But
The guard
you,
just identified her as a lady.
So the guard knows something.
He could tell.
Yeah,
So
You can tell.
Thoradin's
He's not
like,
as
wait,
stupid
what?
as us.
that's what I said. Niece gives him.
A thumbs up.
Yeah.
Didn't get misgendered.
I don't know anything about what you're talking about. I know it's raining, but you gotta go off of the property. The lady of the house has spoken. Scat.
Alright.
jeez.
Oh,
Damn, dude.
well, at least for her little bit of information that she helped us with, will you please give her and I give
No,
her?
I can't take nothing. This is a wizard's house. No telling what comes in or out.
Thoradin just like kind of
Nothing.
grabs the scruff of Nix's shirt and just like starts dragging her
But
away.
it's just a mushroom.
It's way too late for me to get physical with anyone. Let's go. Out.
Come on.
He ushers you out.
Before he does have to get physical.
He closes the wrought iron gate and locks it. You hear the servant girl kind of raise her voice. I'll pray for you, Delsinora. I'm sorry.
Well, they were unhelpful.
That sucked.
Yeah, that made me
Well-
feel horrible.
Well, I think we need to go back to Zen.
I thought my master could sort it.
Well,
He wasn't there.
It's difficult
I-
for him to sort it out when he's not there.
I think he still can. We just have to find him. But until then, we have another friend that could probably help.
Forever.
I think we need to go back to Zen, like right now.
Miss Delsonora, since you're a wizard, would you be able to find your master with your magics?
She furrows her brow a little bit and looks down. It's raining pretty heavy now.
I can't do anything without my spell. You would have to think about that. If I can think at all, it's very fuzzy.
Okay.
How about we just get out of the rain for now?
Thoradin's just got his shield up. Just over his head. He's just
So that is a good point. It took y'all all day to get to the north side of the city without being harassed by guards. And then you fought this battle in the cemetery. Y'all are probably pretty exhausted.
And now we're soaking wet.
And no inn on the north side of town is gonna accept some of you. What the hell are you gonna do?
Backpack. Get a backpack and put him in there.
Well, this is all a waste of time. And now it looks like we're probably going to be sleeping in the street.
Oh, a patrol won't allow a bunch of vagrants to sleep in the street on the north side.
We could go sleep under the tree in the cemetery.
I like the
No.
backpack idea.
Well, I don't.
Absolutely
well-
not.
How much space is in your backpack?
I don't have enough space in my backpack, but we could get another backpack just for Shrimp Stomp.
In the middle of the night?
No. How about I put my stuff that's in my backpack in your backpack for now, and we'll put him in mine.
Yeah, I feel like you'd be better at carrying him anyways.
Got it.
All right, grab him.
I started. I started moving my backpack.
Wait, hold on.
Thoradin, make an intelligence check.
Oh. Okay.
Let's go steal one of the carriages in the horse.
Steal.
Just use dice.
Like, we're not gonna make it out of the north side alive. We're gonna steal a carriage.
Oh, I hit the mic. Sorry.
Oh, that was a weird sound.
that is
12? You vaguely remember on your meandering path to the north side, there was a a bridge over a small waterway through the district. That might be a place you could shelter. That's the best you can think of.
Well, not too far back. There's a bridge. Might be able to shelter under it, or we can take our chances with an inn nearby.
I don't think an inn will let us in.
That's why we have the backpack.
Oh,
I think Mr. Thornton's.
Do you want to sleep under a bridge?
She probably does. That probably sounds attractive to her.
I'll stay out in the rain.
She wakes up tomorrow and she has smaller mushrooms.
Those are the only two options I can think of.
Might as well just go under the bridge. Faster, cheaper at this point. No point in wasting money on something we're only going to get for a few hours.
Okay.
What about you, Elsinora?
I'm really having trouble thinking. I was just pulled out of...
All right. Well, let me.
To the bridge.
Aye, to the bridge.
It just takes about 30 minutes, and you reach this little waterway cutting through the district. And there is, in fact, a little shelf above the water under the bridge that would, very dark, you could hide all of you. Not super comfortable, but out of the rain.
I was just pulled out of a grave.
Alright, you all take shelter under the bridge?
Yes.
Alright. Well, the rain persists for the rest of the night and the early morning, but it finally lets up by the time the sun is fully risen, and you've had enough sleep. Are you going to make your way to the southern part of the city now?
Yes.
And you seek to return to the Wizard's Inn?
Yes. I think right now that's our best bet.
So what you're saying is it's a long rest?
Yes.
Yes, sorry.
Everybody's stuff is...
Shrimp Stomp, about not long after you were kicked out of the Bartold estate, something happened to that glow that you were having.
Yeah, my Myra's protection faded off, so that nice pink glow that Shrimp Stomp had faded away, and his flowery smell went with it, and his stench returned.
The stench is back.
No.
Even with the rain?
Even with the rain.
It's damp stench.
It's caked on there. It's an oily... It doesn't mix with water. It just stays on.
Stop.
The beads of water.
That's
run
why
right
we
off
need
of it.
soap.
No.
What do you do? Like, take baths in pizza grease?
He just
No
has
bath.
his entire life.
You find things on the ground in the area that are just foul, powerful smell, and you put them on you so that you become powerful.
No.
So you're definitely covered in mold.
Yes.
He is. It's just mold walking around, basically.
This
Some
is the
mold
most
man.
powerful dung I've
Different.
found all day.
Different kind of fungus.
Yeah.
Quite proud within the stables.
Yeah, he finds poop, shoves it up his armpits.
Alright, anyways.
Alright, well, y'all are able to exit the northern part of the city much quicker than the last time, because you are leaving, and the guards are that's what ought to be happening. They don't harass you very much. So, by the time you leave it, and go down to the Ruka Enclave, where Zin is hiding, you arrive there about late afternoon. And it takes you a minute to remember the orientation of those alleyway passages, because he's really hidden away. But you eventually come to the little stucco building with the small wooden door that you remember that Zin lived at with the halfling couple, Alto and Rumina.
Knock, knock, knock.
After a moment, the door opens, and Rumina, the female halfling with the blonde, wild tangle of braids. Oh, you are back. Come inside.
Thank you. We need to see Zen.
We will get him. You look like you've had a terrible night.
And we slept under a bridge, so...
I've had worse.
It was very warm and welcoming.
Better than the walk to where we slept.
Oh, I see. She ushers you to come in and have a seat. She tells you she'll go get something for you to eat and drink, and goes into the other room. And after a moment, another door opens, and Zen, on his cane, slowly comes into the room.
Ah, welcome. It's glad to see you so soon.
We're glad to see you too.
He sits down across from a small, low table from you. And he stops. And he lowers his green spectacles and looks at Delsinora, who's kind of mostly covered with a hood.
It seems you have a new companion.
We rescued her from the ground.
We went grave robbing.
No, it wasn't robbing. She wanted out.
She may be undead.
We're not sure.
She has a pulse.
Very slow, though.
You know this the skin that you got? It's hers.
Now, correction, you didn't have the skin. That the priest has the skin.
That's right.
You have a wooden icon of her symbol.
Oh, that's right.
You do have a skin, though, covered
Yes,
in
you
marks.
have
Cut off of the
skin.
neck of that horrible mutant. Spellcaster. Young lady, may I see your face? She pulls her hood back, reveals all the skin missing and the faintly glowing a mark to match the rest of you. And Zen continues to look over his glasses like, holy hell. No, he doesn't say that.
Oh my god.
He slowly gets up with the help of his cane, and walks around and looks at her more closely. Do you mind? He puts his fingers on her neck. I doubt that heartbeat would sustain a normal person. Please tell me what's going on. You dug her up.
So it started with Shrimp Stump had a dream.
Yeah, I was buried under the ground. And, I wasn't dead. And I was panicking, trying to get out.
Dreams are how the gods speak to us. They are not always here to give us advice, but they send it to us.
Yes, that
Yeah,
happened.
Thornton.
That happened.
Corbin's like, bullshit. Stupid thing I've ever heard.
dumb.
I communed with Earth Mother, and in my communion, she showed me Wildelda and Wheelda, and the Bartold family plot. So we had to go there, and when we went there, that's where we found Delsinora.
And who is she to you again? I see the mark. Is she the woman?
She's the woman he saved.
Shrimp Stomp beams a little bit because it's not tried to save anymore. I did save her.
Did save, that's right.
Now, I squeezed Delsinora's hand a little bit because when that urge of pride hits me.
She slowly turns her head to look at you and nods her head.
And
couple
then when he took the collar off of her neck, that's when we got all of the markings. And they matched these, and I pulled the...
Oh my god.
Oh,
Tell
did
him
you
he
have to
can't
do
take
that?
it.
By all that is holy. Where did you get this?
A creature in the cemetery.
What kind of a creature?
An undead type
It wasn't undead.
type thing.
Thornton says grumpily.
It was or it was not?
It was not. I threw it a bottle of holy water at it, and it did nothing to it.
It is important to know.
It was an expensive bottle.
I know a thing or two about expense these days. Go on.
And after we killed it, I took this from it. And then the green lady, she was quite pleased, and she gave me this. And I hold up the necklace
It's a ring.
with the ring
With
on
a
it.
ring. Is that a pearl I see?
Yes. But we only have one right now.
That is a start. Why do you think this creature whom you have skinned was in that graveyard in the first place?
I haven't completely worked that out yet.
What did
But-
it look like?
What did it look like?
Well, it had a boy for in hand. For starters.
It was purpley,
It had a snake as an arm.
and it phased in and out of the gravestones.
It was like a pirate. Kinda.
The pirate.
Was it a human or...
No.
Oh,
Not anymore, at least.
It might have been a man at one point.
The eyes were weird.
It wasn't any.
Fascinating. I had earlier told you a theory of mine that these kidnappers put this collar on your unfortunate friend. They likely did not understand the value of this item and were misusing it. I may have been wrong.
Her master, who is also a wizard, is missing now.
Who is your master, young lady?
Bartold is my master. I am his apprentice.
I know this man. Many wizards are disappearing. That is why I am in hiding. I have a new theory now. It could be that whoever is doing this does in fact understand the value and power of this object. Perhaps the creature you fought was a man, and that collar was successfully kept on him, and it transformed him into that creature. An enslaved creature, no less, as is the point of the collar, which would mean, young Shrimpstomp, by breaking the collar, you may have saved this young woman from a fate far worse than she is in by separating those glyphs, the marks you have. You may have stopped that process from happening.
Shrimp Stomp kind of shuffles his feet nervously but happily.
Furthermore, as she is in the nearly dead state she is in, I would worry about what would happen to any of you who bear the mark, should you die. It takes a very unusual type of energy to animate the dead. Something about this is unknowable, at least to me. Why don't we find out more? Why don't we perform the ritual with the one pearl that you have?
I believe that would be a good idea.
It is
You
a
have it.
start.
Which is where you use it.
So we can turn Delsinora back to normal?
He exhales. I do not know, young Shrimpstone. It will take a great deal of research, as will this whole matter, which is its own difficulty. But we will get to that. First things first. Let's see that pearl.
Oh my. My nose is itching. I take my necklace off, and I hand the ring to Zen.
He takes it in his old, gnarled hand. Alto, would you assist me? The male halfling comes out of the other room, looks at it, he fiddles with it for a while, and gets that pearl out of its setting. He puts that pearl in Zen's hand. Bring me a vessel and the wine and that feather of the owl. Let's see what we can find. But you will have to find that out next time. We're going to end the episode for there. I'd like to thank you for listening to us. I hope you enjoyed it. Support your local hobby shop. Small businesses, they struggle to survive in the day of companies I will not mention that are transforming the world. But yeah, thank you.
If you would like, you can follow us on Twitter at Goblin House ST.
You can also follow us on TikTok with Goblin House Studios and also Snapchat, Goblin House Studios.
And you can follow us on Facebook at Goblin House Studios also.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.